How you guys doing? Uh-oh. Let me get the mic. I'm so sorry. Hello, how you guys doing? Hope all is well on tonight. We do have a story to talk about, which is Chris Brown. If you guys did not know earlier today, Chris Brown was arrested in the UK. Whoa, right? Wasn't it crazy? Because just the other day, he was like, free Tory Lanez. Now he's arrested. Isn't that bananas? People are saying that they have been gunning for Chris Brown ever since the Rihanna situation. So I want to know, what do you guys think about this? And before I start, I want to say, hey everybody, how you guys doing? Make sure you guys like this video. Let's get some likes up, okay? Make sure you guys like and share and subscribe here at this YouTube channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. All right. Thank you. I see you guys. I'm your biggest thank you for the love of Gigi. I really appreciate you. I really, really do. All right. So I want to know your thoughts about it all. The news coverage states that the situation happened back in 2023, which is a couple of years ago. They said that the media alerted that Chris Brown was in the UK, and then that's when they went to Chris Brown Hotel and they arrested him on the spot. Tomorrow, he is going to be facing the judge. So let me tell you what it's all about. In 2023, this guy is a disc jockey. He says he was minding his business, doing what he does. Chris Brown saw him, and I guess Chris Brown allegedly was on some stuff, and he had a glass bottle, and he just ran up to him and knocked him upside the head with the glass bottle. Then he said Chris Brown started to just hit on him and beat on him, almost like Diddy was beating on Cassie. Okay. And he said it was unprovoked. He said he didn't do nothing to Chris Brown. He ain't say nothing to Chris Brown. And he says he won 16 million US dollars, which is 12 million in UK. But he says he won 16 million US dollars for Chris Brown. And if he does not pay that, he will be facing life in prison. You guys know this crime happened in the UK, so things are different over there. A lot of people are saying, let Chris Brown go. It was a long time ago. They should have warned him. But I guess they do things differently. So now Chris Brown, he has to face a court tomorrow, and he has to pay 16 million, or else he's going to be getting life in prison. That's what they're saying. And it may be a trial. Now, you guys know Chris Brown tour is this year. He has a big tour going on, and they are saying it's going to be postponed. They're going to have to push it back because I'm sure this is devastating to Chris Brown. People are saying that Chris Brown knew this was a trap. I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew. I don't know, but I don't think he knows. But everybody is talking about Diddy, that this really got overlooked. So people really don't know what's going on with Chris Brown. So I want to know, thank you for Party Crashers. How y'all doing? All right. So I want to know, what are your thoughts? Do you believe the guy who is saying Chris Brown hit him unprovoked? Press 1 if you believe that guy. Press 7 if you feel like they're going after black men. Black men celebrities, you see it left and right. They are gunning for them. They're going to ruin their reputation and take all their money. What are your thoughts? Do you feel that Chris Brown has a very violent temper? Does it seem like all of these guys have a very violent temper in the industry? It's definitely painting a picture like all of these men that's in Hollywood, they're very violent, they're horrible men. And are they? Possibly, I don't know. I hope Chris Brown didn't do it. It's all alleged. They're going to have to prove. Chris Brown is going to have to prove that he did not do it, or unless he paid that 16 million. I want to know, is Chris Brown going to pay that man 16 million dollars? Press 20 if he's going to pay him 16 million dollars. Press 25 if he's not going to pay that man 16 million dollars. That is what he demands, okay? So it's going to be a trial, but it's going to be in the UK. And they are definitely coming down for these celebrities. I don't know who these celebrities then effed around to find out with the higher ups, the higher white elites, or is this part of the New World Order? Have you guys heard about the New World Order? Press 50 if you heard about the New World Order. They're saying that they have to wipe off everybody that's been in power or popular these past couple of years, and they're looking to replace them. So they have to destroy them and prop up their own celebrities, if you will. So it is interesting what's going on out here. It says this, I want to read to you guys. It says, this is bullshit. Why dude didn't get any stitches if he so-called hit him in the head 3 times in the head, but all he left is in a hospital with some crutches? That is an interesting question, you know? And if it is a lie, are the media going to believe it? You know, it's really not about facts, but it's all about what people believe and what people can prove. So if the media, they already painting him, they already said in the news over in UK, they said, you know, Chris Brown has a horrible backtrack of being violent. Remember what happened in Rihanna. And they're saying despite him beating on Rihanna, the Americans are still praising him. He still have a whole bunch of followers despite that abuse he did to Rihanna. So you do have a lot of people that are disgusted by him. They're disgusted that he has fame after the fact what he did to Rihanna. And they never told the full story. It's always one-sided. So I do feel like Me Too movement is definitely trying to gear its head to make sure they're not dead. I'm not sure. You guys know the Smokey Robinson case is still going on. Now he's really been investigated. Smokey Robinson, at 85 years old, 4 of his female workers are saying that he raped them. And we would just have to see. I mean, this is part of the Me Too. And we just have to see if it still have teeth or not. Because you guys know we are headed in a different era, okay? And this administration. And I don't think this administration really cares for the Me Too movement. All right. Thank you for the love of Gigi. Now, if you can hit that Cash App and make it clap, okay. Isn't that during the Diddy trial? Isn't that interesting? So, do you feel like they push it through the Diddy trial so people won't say anything? So, Chris Brown fans or Chris Brown people won't speak out because we're distracted by the Diddy. But it's a lot of cases that are happening right here at the Diddy trial. Kim Kardashian, her trial is going on. You know, Smokey Robinson is getting investigated. I mean, it's a lot going on, and we're at May 16th. They said this summer is going to be a hell of a summer. Yeah, they are already talking about boots on the ground. And this is just an indication what they're going to do to black men in America, honey. You think these celebrities are something. They are building jail cells and prisons. And they're about to push the police out in these inner cities, and they're about to unleash the dragon. So this will be a very interesting summer, especially the end of summer, because you know the end of summer, that's when it's always popping off. Okay, right before fall hits. So I definitely want to know what you guys think about it. So please keep those comments going. And let me see what else you guys are saying. Well, he never paid nothing after what he did to Rihanna. So I'm glad finally he can pay so he can humble his sweet self. No way a real straight man would ever beat on a woman. What? Okay. So it seems like this individual, they feel like Chris Brown is a homosexual and he beats on women because he's a homosexual. I mean, that is what has been pushed in social media, that men that beat on women, they're secretly want to be with another man. I cannot confirm that. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys agree with this comment on this section right here? Press 1 if you agree with this person on the screen. Press 7 if you do not agree with this. You feel like Chris Brown is a heterosexual. I don't know. I don't know the full Rihanna story. They tell me it's more than what we've been hearing, you know, so I'm not sure. We'd never. So you want him to pay for Rihanna, but what if he didn't hit this guy in the head with the glass bottle? What if this guy is really lying and just trying to get some money? You know, you still want him to pay. I guess a lot of people do. A lot of people are very angry at Chris Brown because of the allegations they heard about him beating on Rihanna. So we would just have to see how this goes. Okay. Uh huh. All right. People are saying he was a kid. Okay. So do you guys think that's an excuse? A kid hitting on a woman. I think you should know better, not to hit on women. But what do you guys think? Someone says you guys have to give Chris Brown an excuse for hitting on Rihanna because he was a kid. How old was he at the time? And if we're gonna name this a kid, then kids shouldn't be fucking around. Kids shouldn't be in relationships because you're a kid. So which one is it, you guys? You guys always say, well, you're a kid. If you're a kid, you shouldn't be having sex. If you're a kid, you shouldn't be in relationships. If you're a kid, it's a lot of things you should do. But you guys, when it comes to those situations, you're gonna say, well, they grown for that. So which one is it? All right. All right. Hey, Potent Pondering, how you doing? All right. I'm glad that you're in the house. I hope that you comment more often so I can read it. All right. Love my kids donated $10. Thank you. If you guys did not know, that is my love language. Okay. Money, cash apps. I love them. Okay. It says my daughter and grandbaby bought tickets to the DC show. I hope they get a refund. He asks, why didn't they warn me? Did he warn the DJ? Chris is disrespectful, entitled, spoiled man child. Whoa, wow. That is shocking to hear and see. So it definitely feels like a lot of people do believe that Chris Brown went upside the head of this DJ for no reason. Why would Chris Brown do that? This was in 2023. I would think that Chris Brown have learned his lessons about violence and he knows the spotlight is on him. Was Chris Brown on some type of drugs when he did it? Like, this is just so like crazy. It's hard to believe, or maybe I just don't want to believe it. Maybe I just want to believe the good in him. But this individual right here that donated $10, they believe that Chris Brown went upside his head with a glass bottle for no reason and started beating on him, and they said they're going to take the tickets back. Okay. Ooh, Chris Brown, Chris Brown. Well, with that, if he's disrespectful, he's what? How did he still have such this huge following? Do a lot of people just like disrespectful people? Do a lot of people just like violent people? All right. So, or they just bypass it because he is a talent. Oftentimes people bypass a personality and their evil ways because they're so talented. And that is very troublesome. All right, so comment. I want to know what you guys are saying. Chris, stay on them drugs. Oh my God, are you serious? Do Chris Brown really be on drugs? I was just talking, but wow, do he really be on them drugs? Press 1 if Chris Brown really be on those drugs. Press 7 if he got his life together. He knows the spotlight is on him and he's not going to risk it being on drugs. He's not going to risk it being violent to someone. I don't know. I don't know these celebrities, but the guy, he's suing Chris Brown for $16 million. That's a big sum of money. And if Chris Brown do not pay that, he's going to have to go to trial like Diddy and the rest of them. Chris Brown is in jail right now. He's going to be seeing the court's trial tomorrow. Chris Brown went to travel to UK, doing business. The media call the cops and say, hey, do you guys know Chris Brown is here? It seemed like they've been waiting for this moment. They've been waiting years for this moment to get Chris Brown. And over here in America, Chris Brown have a few trips here and there, but they never really can get him. But they got his ass arrested in UK. Isn't that crazy? He have to go to trial tomorrow to talk to the court, and they want him to pay that 16 million. And if he don't, he's gonna have to prove his innocence. How is he gonna do that? I'm not sure. Okay. All right. All right. It says, I knew he would eventually crash completely out because of his temper. He was officially charged, But why? I don't understand. You know, these celebrities, you got everything. You got all the money. You got all the girls. You literally don't have to do nothing but get on that stage and sing and just go back home and sit down. But it seemed like these celebrities, they are miserable. And we always tell you guys, money does not make you happy. Fame does not make you happy. All these people with fame and money, and they're so miserable. It's shocking to hear because they give it up like, once I have all this money, I'm going to be so happy. Once I get all this fame and everybody knows my name, I'm going to be so worthy. And that just does not seem to be the case. They put on these airs like everything is great, but clearly they are dying inside. And that's why they have to stay on the drugs. That's why they have to continue with all these freak offs because they are dying inside, selling out for materialistic things, money and fame. Whoa, okay. So I want to bring this up here so you guys see the news coverage in UK, just to hear what they're saying about it.
To a developing story, an American singer Chris Brown has been charged in the UK over an alleged glassing attack in a London nightclub more than 2 years ago. The R&B artist was arrested at a hotel in Manchester and is expected to face court today. US correspondent Rob Scott has the details.
Chris Brown was arrested by British police after they were reportedly tipped off by local media that he'd just flown into the country on a private plane. The 36-year-old singer was taken into custody at a five-star hotel in Manchester and charged with grievous bodily harm with intent. Now, these charges stem from an incident that allegedly happened back in February 2023 at London's Tape nightclub, where it's alleged he hit music producer Abe Dior over the head with a tequila bottle in what Dior claims was an unprovoked attack. The producer says Brown then punched and kicked him as he lay on the floor. He's since filed a £12 million lawsuit against the musician, alleging he was left with severe and lasting injuries.
All right, that song. Not trying to get that copy. You know how the songs are.
Has a history of legal issues dating back to his conviction in 2009 for the assault of his then girlfriend Rihanna. Now,
Ooh, did they have to put that picture up there, Rihanna? So you see, they already painting Chris Brown as the devil himself. And is he the devil himself? I don't know. But they are painting him. They are tying his thing to Chris Brown. I mean, they are tying this case to Rihanna about him being violent because they want to paint him as a violent individual. And they're saying if he does this to a woman, imagine what he does to a man. So they are going to get high profile lawyers to go after Chris Brown, to take him for all that he has. So this is serious, you guys. Your favorite might get locked up. Everybody had their humiliation. Remember, Usher had his humiliation with them bombs. I mean, R. Kelly, Diddy, Jay-Z. I mean, it's all of them. It seemed like they are about to go down. I think they want to tear down this whole industry and start over. All right. So they're going to go for the people at the top.
Despite his controversial past, he remains hugely popular. His arrest coming as he prepares to embark on a tour to celebrate his 20-year music career.
I just want to thank everybody that's in this building who supported me from day one, through the ups and downs, through everything.
Police say Brown remains in custody and he'll appear in court in Manchester later today.
All right. So he will be appearing in court later on today in the UK. Somebody said it was probably something personal. Do you think the guy said something? Do you think the guy was trying to hit on Chris Brown? Do you think the guy tried to touch on Chris Brown inappropriately? What would cause Chris Brown to react so violently towards a male DJ? I want to know. Comment below. What would cause him to react? Do you think it was just the drugs? You know, nothing. I mean, do he have a reputation of going around hitting on people just randomly, even if he is on drugs? I've never heard him going around beating on men just randomly. So I'm not justifying Chris Brown and say, hey, whatever. Nothing justifies you putting hands on somebody. But at the end of the day, I want to know the full story. Okay? I'm just curious to know. All right, so I want to see what else are you saying about this. It says that's what they do. Same video of Cassie and Diddy showing the video constantly to paint the picture. Chris has charged and came a long way. It's the setup. A lot of people feel that way. I mean, we are seeing the writings on the wall. I possibly do believe it feel like they are gutting for Chris Brown. And recently, yesterday, he just came out to say free Tory Lanez. And I'm sure they don't like that. So it's a possibility. Press 1 if you feel like Chris Brown is getting set up. Press 9 if you feel like it's not getting set up. It's time that Chris Brown face the music. Okay, which one is it? Which one is it? I'm looking here. Enterprise entertainment business money charges you. All right. Hey, Christopher. How are you? All right. Hey, Jerome. How's it going? Of course, one. Well, what I will tell you all, if you do have anger issues, is go seek help, get some therapy. It's never that serious. You know, if you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I just want to bust somebody up in the head, just please leave. Just go the other way. Pray about it. If you believe in God, if you, whatever religion you believe in, go ahead. If you got to lay down the carpet and get on your knees and pray, you know, and that's better than going and hitting somebody and committing a crime. And then eventually they sue you and sue you for $16 million. I mean, to be a celebrity, whooping somebody's ass, that's very expensive because you know they're going to come. And this happened in 2023. Did he thought it was just going to bypass? Hell no. And most likely these lawyers that's going to come for Chris Brown, I won't be surprised if they get other victims that's going to come out, because you know there's always whores coming out the woodwork that is mad that Chris Brown ain't fucking with them no more. And they're going to come out, yes, Chris Brown beat me too. Yes, Chris Brown did this to me too. And that's why it's important for these men to stop effing around with these whores. You guys have to stop. You guys have to stop because it's no love out here in these streets. You know, sluts and whores gonna lie to get that money. They're not with you because they like you. They're with you because you have access to power and money. So if another person that's going against you, going to offer them some money and some millions, yes, they're going to lie on you to get you thrown in. If that means they're going to get some money, they're whores. But I do feel like you guys set yourself up when you are surrounded with people that don't have integrity. When you surround yourself with people that don't like you, but they just want to be around because of the money and because you are a celebrity. And I know it has to be hard to decipher who's real and who's fake, but you better have some good judgment and good discernment. If not, you will have a lot of people coming from the woodworks. When you're down, that's when everybody's going to try to stump on you to get some money out of the deal. So he better hopes that this lawyer don't try to get up all these whores and sluts that he been with all these years to make lies and come up to tear him down even more. He better hope, but we will have to see. But if it happens, you guys have to stop dealing with people with low integrity. And you guys have to be on the up and up yourselves, okay? So that's on y'all, you know, how you deal and the people that you guys hang around with. It will cost you. It will cost you. It will cost you. So I want to know what else that you guys have to say about it. Drop. Thank you, Boss Dog. All right. Look like his children have humbled him. Wow, I'm late. Breezy Dew, he's been a good after that Rihanna incident. Dang. Well, we still don't know if it's true, you know? This is alleged. It happened in 2023. They said the guy did go to the hospital. He's a DJ. If you guys did not know what happened, he states in 2023 at a nightclub, he's DJing. And Chris Brown, he has a glass bottle, and I beat that bitch with a bottle. You know that song? I beat that bitch with a bat. I beat that bitch. Chris Brown hit him and beat him with a glass bottle. That's what he says. He says then he started kicking him and hitting him and had his entourage hitting him, and he said he didn't do anything. He said, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I promise I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. It was unprovoked. I don't deserve this, but I do deserve $16 million. Chris Brown, he's a monster, and he has to pay. He has to pay. They are sick and tired of these black Hollywood entertainers thinking they can put their hands on white people and do whatever they want to do. You have to pay. And I bet you his ass was white. I don't even know his race, but I bet you he's white. What do y'all think? Press 1 if he's white, press 2 if he's black. Which one is it? Okay. Comment, let us know what you guys think. Random says, the guards finna make Breezy break dance for some honey buns. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Don't do that to Chris Brown. Please do not do that for Chris Brown. I bet he gonna dye that hair black. I bet he gonna dye that hair black. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please don't tell me they're gonna take Chris Brown honey buns. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Ooh. Ooh, they got all of them in jail. R. Kelly in jail, Chris Brown going to jail. All of them going to have a messed up reputation. Hell, they might come back around for Usher in a minute. Okay. It says it really doesn't matter what the DJ did. There's no excuse for violence like that. Yeah, it's no excuse for violence like that, but in this day and time, depends on what you say and what you do, you will get your ass whooped. I mean, look at all these reality shows. It's no excuse for them to act how they act, but they do it, and you guys justify it by watching it. You guys like that bullshit. And sometimes I see you guys in the comments in the baddies and the real reality shows when girls fight each other, and you guys say, well, she shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have did that. So some of you guys do justify it, and that's just the reality of the world. You know, and some of us feel like, you know, it shouldn't matter no matter what they say. Words can't hurt. You shouldn't put your hands on somebody. Well, that's one person or a group of people beliefs, but that does not mean that this other group believes that. So I think it goes to belief systems, and you cannot dictate your belief on someone else, but it is a crime. So if a person gets you locked up for it, it's nothing you could do because it is a crime. However, people don't care about breaking laws if it goes against their beliefs. If you verbally disrespect someone, they may have a belief of whooping that ass. You know, you disrespect me verbally, I'm going to whoop that ass. That's just my faith, okay? And some people, that's just how they believe. So you can't play with everybody. You know, you can't prank everybody. You can't, because some people will even take you out of here if you prank on them or say anything to them disrespectfully, you know, but that's just how it is. You know, this is the world we live in. It's a cruel, cruel world. It is a cruel, cruel world. Honey buns and baby oils. What a time to be alive. I don't know about that. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. Do you guys think this have to do anything with the new world order that's coming? Press 1 if you feel like this is part of the new world order, to tear down these celebrities, to use their skeletons in their closet, weaponize it against them, and to shut them down once and for all. What do you guys think? Okay, some people are saying, yeah, this is part of the new world order. Well, I think so. I mean, the times are changing. We are living in strange times right now. We are in wars right now. I mean, everything around you is really dark, but they put a whole bunch of Ferretti around it, but it's so dark. You don't see the cloud coming, you know? I know y'all want to be outside and y'all want to be outside twerking and shit, but y'all don't even see what's about to hit y'all. You better prepare. You better prepare for the storm. A lot of y'all gonna get caught off guard and y'all gonna get stuck in the rain and your ass gonna get wet. Okay? But yes. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Any questions before I let you guys go about Chris Brown? any questions for me about this case, of what your thoughts. And I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you guys coming through to support me. I really appreciate it. All right. So tomorrow, if you have any ideas what you guys want me to talk on, feel free to put in the comment section and I'll watch it and I might do it. You just never know. All right. So Rihanna and Chris Brown been on better terms with each other for years now. You're absolutely right. I don't think it's Rihanna's doing. I think they're fine, and that's fine. But the public, Rihanna can forgive Chris Brown, but the public may not forgive Chris Brown. And then if you have people that don't like Chris Brown because he's a black entertainer, or you don't like Chris Brown because he has an influence that you just don't like, and you are the higher ups, you might create a situation to provoke Chris Brown so you can use that against him and then take all the skeletons out of his closet and use it against him to destroy him. I mean, it has happened time and time again. It could be real, it could be not. I don't know. What did Chris Brown say? Did Chris Brown say he did this or he did not? He's going to have to prove in court that he's innocent, or else he's going to have to pay that $16 million. That man been waiting on that $16 for years, and he haven't received it yet. So he want to take Chris Brown to court. And that's why Chris Brown got arrested today. This is serious. If this wasn't serious, Chris Brown wouldn't have got arrested today and have to go to the court to see the judge today. So we would just have to see. Lemon, what happened? All right, so here we go. Lemon, what happened? What happened was Chris Brown in 2023, he was in a nightclub. And this guy, he's a DJ. He was DJing that night. He said he ain't bother Chris Brown. He ain't look at Chris Brown. All of a sudden, Chris Brown walks up to him with a glass bottle and knocked him upside the head. And then he said after that, Chris Brown and his entourage started hitting him and kicking him and all that. He had to go birth to the hospital. This happened in 2023. Yeah. So they've been looking for Chris Brown. And the guy says he wants $16 million from Chris Brown, okay? Or else he's going to have to go to jail for life in that country. So Chris Brown, the other day, he went to the country to take care of some business. He was at a hotel. The media called the police. The media girl like TMZ and stuff, they called the police like, listen, Chris Brown here, TMZ, I know we've been looking for him. Come on, get him. Come on, get him. So they went down and they arrested Chris Brown. He's been in jail all night. And now he's going to have to see the judge tomorrow. Okay. So that's what's going on with Chris Brown. They're saying he got to pay that $16 million to that guy, or else he's going to have to prove his innocence and face life in prison. Okay. You guys know his big shows is coming this summer. They said they're going to have to push it back. There's so much going on with Chris Brown with this. Ooh-wee. Uh-huh. All right. Well, love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. All right. Bye.